Cheers, brother.
Mate. Thanks, brother. Thanks for coming over.
My pleasure.
You enjoy that?
Yeah.
Before you speak coffee?
I can just have like 10 of these and see how much we speak.
I have 10 a day, and by the end of the day, I'm not talking at all.
Legends. This podcast is one with a favourite human of mine, James Ambrosini. We caught up and I actually recorded this first podcast before I had the name just on. So, yeah, get amongst, listen to this beautiful chat that we have. James is an ex-rugby player, ex-professional rugby player, and now trains young athletes to live in alignment and live in holistic ways and not just become leaders in sport but become leaders in life. So please welcome and enjoy this conversation with James Ambrosini. This is just on Jonty James.
Oh, well, my name is James Nicholas Ambrosini.
Yeah.
I am a...
Any other names in here?
Luca. James
Luca.
Nicholas Luca Ambrosini. Yeah, that was my favourite cousin's name, and then I just added it in.
Yeah.
Just then.
Sweet. Nice. I'll take
when I was
it.
a young kid. I'm a former professional rugby union player, and now I run my own sports performance academy. I'm 32 years of age, live on the Gold Coast. I travelled all my 20s playing for a living rugby union and played for Australian under-20s, Australia under-18s before moving over to Europe to represent Italy and Benetton Treviso there. And all my life I've played sport, and I'm using sport now as an avenue to teach the youth developing athletes of Australia, and not just through their sport, but I use rugby and sport in general as a vehicle to build the future leaders of Australia, I believe. And yeah, I love what I do now. I love it more than playing. So I'm a coach and mentor now for my own sports performance academy called the High Performance S.A.S.S Academy. And S.A.S.S stands for Speed, Agility, Strength and Skills. And I also do mindset and mentor work with the youth developing athletes, particularly of the Gold Coast region, but also Brisbane and Sunny Coast. And yeah, I love what I do. I'm very passionate about growing rugby union and rugby league as a sport in Australia. I'm very passionate about helping out the youth developing athletes and just the youth in general of Australia. I know there's a lot going on with social media and a lot going on for young kids these days, especially post-COVID, and I feel like it's my calling and purpose to help the youth of Australia and guide them in what is, I believe, my way, and building the 360-degree human first and athlete second is my philosophy. So only 1% of, whoever's in my academy are going to make it professionally, but it's all the life skills that they learn along the way that I feel is what's going to benefit them for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
And those that make it also take those life skills, and I want as many people as possible fulfilling their dreams from a young age. And when you're 6 to 14, you're in that dream state especially, and it's so beautiful to hang out with kids. They're just so pure and so amazing. And I spend so much time with them, and through my school holiday clinics that I run 3-day school holiday clinics, and I run weekly S.A.S.S sessions as well. And yeah, I'm always around kids, and I feel like, it's, as I said before, it's my purpose and passion, and yeah, it's my calling to provide for the youth in that way. And yeah, I'm a sports scientist. I went to university, started off in Canberra University. I went to Brumby's Academy straight out of school. I was 17 years of age when I moved down to Canberra.
No second thoughts.
No second thoughts. I trialled.
Straight in.
Yeah, I made the Australian Schoolboys team, and I didn't get a leg in with the Queensland Reds Academy.
Yeah.
So I had to trial elsewhere. And luckily I got an opportunity to trial at Brumby's, and I missed graduation at school to go down and trial.
To go and do the fucking rugby.
Yeah, so I went and trialled for a week, and all my mates were at graduation, and I missed that. And that was a part of, from 14 to 17 years of age, I made a lot of sacrifices in those 3 years to get to that point. And then I continued to make more and more sacrifices to then make it to be a professional and play rugby union as a living. So again, I went to schoolies with my mates, and that was great. Put on probably 5 to 7 kilos. Yeah. The next week I went down to Canberra, and they put me in Fat Club straight away.
In the Fat Club?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a bit more? What's the Fat Club?
Fat Club means before and after training, you have to do running.
You do extra training.
You have to do extra cardio.
Right, to lean up.
Yeah. So I had this little pudge belly full of mee goreng and beer from Schoolies. And yeah, they looked at me and were like, yeah, you're straight in FC, so straight in fat club.
An FC?
Yeah, you're an FC.
How's the name for it? You're an FC?
It can be two things, fat club and something else. So
yeah, of course.
we won't go into that, but not on this podcast. We'll keep it PG for now anyway. But did that for 3 years in the Brumbies, played Brumbies A, never actually made the Brumbies top squad, but played for the Brumby Runners, which is the A team.
Sick.
And that was amazing, but I wasn't really happy with where I was at 17 to 20 years of age. I had a lot of mental head noise.
Right.
And broke my hand 4 times.
Oh, I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, dislocated my shoulder, AC joint, I did syndesmosis in my ankle, and also ruptured my left testicle.
So you're in your head about not being where you thought you wanted to be or you should have been based on expectations?
Bang.
Yeah.
Exactly, based on my own expectations that I put on myself and my own pressures that I put on myself. And I went through so many injuries.
And what, cracked your testicle?
Ruptured my left testicle.
How does that go
my
down?
left testicle to the game.
Wow.
So yeah, now I'm happy to open up about it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, obviously all my mates knew it like 19, 20, so I copped a bit of flack there, but it was in a game where, we were playing sevens and I ran a guy down from behind and I grabbed him from the shoulders. And as he went down first and then turned towards his back and his knee was up and his knee went straight into my left testicle.
Left nut.
Left nut.
Yeah.
And it blew up like 2 cricket balls. And I was there on the ground, literally head on the ground, like in child's pose. You know, the yoga child's pose to try and like...
Thinking, am I ever going to have a child?
Am I ever going to have a child? Or is this pain that you usually get when you get kicked in the nuts going to go away? Or is it going to stay there? It stayed there, and my mate at the time who was playing, he's going, get them, F up Jimmy, get up. Because when you have one man down in sevens,
oh right, you're cooked.
You're a true weakness in the team.
Yeah, true.
They're gonna score straight away. So I tried my best to get up, and that failed, and so I crawled to the sideline, and then medics came over. And I like put my hand down my pants and just automatically blew up. This is a good start to our podcast.
Yeah. The gritty stuff.
Yeah, get straight into the gritty stuff.
Yeah.
And every speed bump towards the hospital was like a baseball bat to the genital region.
I don't think many people get to ever experience it in their lives. So
it's very tough.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to experience, and yeah, all men can definitely resonate with how much pain I would have been in.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the worst ones. And obviously breaking my hand 4 times as well. All in that space of 17 and a half, 18 years of age to 19 and a half.
Yeah.
Where I didn't know myself yet. I wasn't happy with moving down to Canberra. I didn't want to go down there. But I only went down there because of an apprenticeship for Rugby Union, and I thought that was the right thing to do. Speaking with my dad, he's a very, very, very business orientated man. So he does a lot of things from the head. Right, and he was like, than heart. Yeah. He goes, like, mate, you're going to go down. This is your apprenticeship. You're going to get it done. This is your way. This is your pathway to professional rugby union. Because at the time, Reds didn't offer me anything. Yeah. And I could have stayed and played club rugby here and just enjoyed my time with mates. And I had a really good friendship group here, so I had to rebuild everything at 17, and I didn't have the tools to do that. Right, you didn't know how to navigate your mind. Yeah, didn't have the right tools to go, okay, make the most of every opportunity you have. Don't look at what you don't have right now, which is all your mates back home partying. And I was happy to sacrifice that. And I wanted to, and thank God, because who knows if I had stayed here, I could have gone into the party scene with my mates and be too distracted. Yeah. So Canberra was amazing in hindsight. I look back and go, Dad was right. Yeah, it really forced you to lean into understanding who you are at a pretty early age. Yes. That's exactly right. What you say, I had to learn straight away who I was at a young age, and be uncomfortable.
And how to navigate the world in many different ways.
Exactly.
Epic, bro. What a story.
So I was quite uncomfortable from a young age, and in putting in an uncomfortable situation. I was put in an uncomfortable situation there, hanging out with grown men from 20 to 35 years of age, and I'm still this 17-year-old. Some 17, 18, 19-year-olds that have that innate athletic ability, and they're incredible, and they just make it straight away.
Yeah.
Whereas that wasn't me.
Right. You
I had to always grind.
Keep push.
Yeah. So I was pushing, breaking the hand, breaking the hand.
Going as hard as you could, basically.
Opposite to manifestation.
Right.
Opposite to
matter versus matter.
That's it.
Yeah.
And by the end of like the fourth break, I remember my mate, he was this Fijian prop, and he was very religious. And he comes up to me, and he was in the top squad. He was a really, really nice guy, and he comes up and goes, Jimmy. And this is when you're a young kid, so you have your ego pretty high. And he comes up and goes, Jimmy, do you think this is a sign for you to like maybe stop? And automatically I just shut off and go, F off, Jerry. Piss off, I'm going to keep going, keep pushing. Next minute, break the hand again. Oh. And I made the Australian under-20s team.
Yeah.
Went over to Italy, and I broke my thumb 5 days before the World Cup. So there was a lot of resistance around, my end of my teenage years. But the thing I'm most happy and proud about is my persistence and just finding my way.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. Epic, bro.
Yeah,
cool.
Keep going, and that's thanks to my family support, especially my father. He was always there for me, just saying, keep going, stay in the game. And also a few other mentors like Stuart Briggs from Acceleration Australia. He's my S&C coach and at the time as well, along with their whole team. So I was in a really bad way, had depression, had sports related depression, sports injury depression. And
right, because you couldn't do the thing that you wanted to do because you were injured and held back.
I got told in Italy, your hand's broken, you're not going to play the World Cup.
Done.
You've got to go home, and this is going to be your third and fourth surgery on your hand.
Was this playing for the Italy national team?
This is playing for Australia.
Oh, Australia, under 20s.
Going over to Italy to play in the Junior World Cup in 2011. And here I was in the hospital bed watching all my mates on the one stage.
Broken hand.
Yeah.
Fuck.
For what is your first elite games.
Yeah.
Your first elite professional games. Here I was, really
facing it all.
Sad about life and very unhappy and very victim mentality in a way. And, I always was self-aware, but I always was a little quite self-aware, but this forced me to be really self-aware about
really tap in
what is going on now. Where am I going wrong in other areas of my life? I'm not building up my friendships.
Right.
I'm not building up a support base. I'm probably not being the best partner at the time.
Yeah.
Maybe cheating on a girl.
Yeah.
Maybe going out. And maybe drinking too much.
Right. So with your training, you were also there was a lot of other stuff going on in your life.
Hence why I was getting injured. So there was a global situation
just chaos in a lot of areas of your life.
Exactly. And I didn't have any control over any of those areas. So when you break your hand,
then it all falls apart.
It all falls apart, and your hands are your controllers.
Yeah.
So you control with your hands and your feet.
Yeah.
So if I was constantly breaking my hand, I was out of control.
Yeah.
And there's a great book called The Secret Language of Your Body by Ina Seagull. And I got given that to me at probably 23, 24 years of age. And it's a book that pretty much explains every injury you have physically.
Breaks it down.
Breaks it down to what's going on up top. What's going on up top mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And it hits the nail on the head every single time.
Yeah.
So needs are related to your ego. So if you have guys
and stability in your life. Yeah.
Bang, exactly. Lower back, finances, finances, support. And obviously all of this stuff as well. And it was amazing to have that book given to me by a mentor, because that was increasing my awareness around what was going on in my
what
head.
was happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you how did you remove yourself from not remove yourself from the problems, but how did you overcome all those problems that you were facing at that time when you were having all these injuries?
Yeah, I'm a very physical person and practical person. So at the time where I was very down and out, I could have just stayed in that hole. And I was in that hole for a long time. And I took meds for a week and I said, you know what, these aren't for me. And Stuart Briggs, again, the S&C coach, who I was doing an internship for.
Yeah.
It's a youth developing academy as well. That's where I learnt all the things that I learnt. He said to me, mate, you have to get out of this. You can't be here. You can't come in as an intern and be all down and out.
Just constantly.
Yeah. We can't have that. He just said straight, and I was like, oh, shit. I needed to hear that.
Okay.
Bit of hard chat. I was, you know, and he was a really well-respected man. I remember him saying, mate, you're a great coach. Like, you come in, you're a great coach, and you've also been a great figure for our business, and you're still young. You got to be patient, and you got to stay in the game. We need you to get back to your best physical self. So he said, tomorrow, along with Jim Barrett, who was the director at the time, they just sat me down and said, mate, we're going to rebuild your body. We're rebuilding your body first and foremost, and we're going to get you the best you've ever been physically. So I spent 2 to 3 months at Acceleration Australia, training myself, plus coaching other youth developing athletes.
It's going hard, right?
Going hard, 20 to 21
learning,
years of age.
training, and also coaching and teaching others at the same time.
Exactly, yes. So it wasn't just about me.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to still make it,
Yeah.
I was still doing a little bit of my time serving, you know,
Others
the younger
and giving
generation,
back.
even younger than what I was at that time, which I was 20 to 21.
And was it the first time you'd done any form of coaching?
Yeah.
Or
It was, because I was 2 to 3 years into my exercise and sports science degree, and it was time to do internship work and do my hours, and I had 100 hours of practical work to do, and I did the full 10-week practicum out of Acceleration, and it was the best thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Right,
the
and that
amount of
really
stuff I learnt.
transformed how you had been operating to this new form of operation in a sense.
Exactly. That's right. Yeah.
Epic, bro.
Yeah.
Cool, what a story. Well,
Yeah.
we'll track back into that a bit later on.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask,
Yeah.
how did we come about meeting?
Oh,
And how did we meet?
very funny story, John. You were working at Lululemon at the time, and me trying to take advantage of an opportunity, I came into Lululemon asking a certain Jonty James about ambassador programs and how I can get free kit. And you gave me the big fend and palmed that off. And no, you were really nice. I just met you whilst you were working at Lululemon, and we had an awesome chat in store. And I found out you were a health coach, and we started talking about everything that we're talking about today, actually, and where we've been. And you also invited me to a community Lululemon event, which was abseiling at Kangaroo Point in Brizzy.
Another good event.
Yeah, it was epic, and it was just amazing that how Lululemon created amazing communities, and they don't just give away. You know, what we said before, they don't give away gear and just like that to everyone.
That was targeted at specific community members.
Yeah, and there's obviously the ambassadors as well in Lululemon, and they hold a very high, high community engagement. I guess. And it's good to go in that way, and then obviously Lululemon can suss out how you are and what you do.
It's like grassroots entry.
That's right.
Yeah, support community members and grow from there. It's quite a cool story. Yeah, I've read his book, and it's really cool. Chip Wilson, sorry. Yeah, who founded Lululemon. It's like a grassroots approach of just going to the key foundational community members and supporting them with their products.
Epic.
And then building it from that way, rather than trying to go to the top, to the high athletes and trying to get them to influence. They went to the community members.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That whole vision of Lululemon is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Very well respected brand, and I buy a lot of stuff there.
And good products. Yeah.
I actually bought a lot of Lululemon stuff before going on the TV show that I went on in January, February. So.
The TV show. I wanted to hear a bit about that.
Yeah.
Can you disclose? Are you allowed to disclose now?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay. Can you tell us about your thumb? Are you allowed to tell us what you did to your thumb?
Yeah.
Getting your thumb chopped up.
Yeah, so My first ever break was I broke through the third metacarpal
Yeah.
and a spiral fractured down.
Yeah.
So they had to put a plate and 7 screws in there. And that was just from
Oh,
palming a guy.
that's footy. I was more meaning the thumb on the show.
Oh, this bit.
Yeah, this bit. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so my nail's completely gone.
You got bitten by a crab or something.
Yeah, the crab went through and
bit your finger.
Yeah, bit through the cuticle, lifted up the cuticle and came out the other side. And I lost my my thumbnail, which was good. So, yeah, I went on a survival show. If people, obviously, we were going straight to talk about crabs. Yeah, going on that show, we had to do a challenge where it involved collecting as many crabs as possible. And I went and grabbed this big kahuna, and he didn't like it, so he bit down on me.
And was this the challenge that got you knocked off the show as well?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, so you were left with a brutal scar,
Yeah.
fucked up thumb, and got
all
knocked
good
off
until
the show.
the last day, and I got freaking knocked off the show by the old big crabby. It bloody cooked my thumb. So that was a fun end to that show. But you'll see it come out eventually this year in July.
Cool. Epic.
So yeah. I would love to elaborate more on it.
Yeah, no, I fully understand though. Of course, you have to have disclosure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe
So
another time we'll bring it out. Once it's out, we'll chat a little bit more about what happened.
Discussion.
Yeah.
The background story.
Yeah.
So, a question I would like to understand a little bit more about you as well. What are you really truly passionate about? You know, you touched on the S.A.S.S Academy and coaching, but what are you really truly passionate about in life? That, but also outside of that in your personal life.
Yeah, good question, John. I think my biggest passion right now is creating a life and lifestyle design that I'm genuinely happy and fulfilled with. So, you know, my partner and Alana and I, we work really hard at wanting to build financial security for our life, to be able to travel and work anywhere we want around the world.
Nice.
So that's our big goal.
Yeah.
Is that we set up all the systems in place for us to be time and location free.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love my family. I hold very high on my family in terms of my values and health and fitness. And I'm extremely passionate, as I spoke about just before, helping the youth of Australia to build better future leaders, because the ones I feel that are staying at home and on their computers and on their phones all day and not out in the arena, I feel like they can also be leaders. But the kids that I see every day are just so motivated, and it's so good to be around them. And
the kids that you're training?
The kids that I train, they all love getting up at 5:30, 6 a.m. and training morning and night.
Cool.
And I swear we didn't have the resilience that these kids have these days.
Yeah.
Post-COVID, they just want to move.
Yeah.
They just want to be moving, and it's so important to provide those right platforms for them and provide them with the right coaching, because you can damage a kid or you can help a kid thrive.
Yeah.
And it's really important in your communication, how you are as a person and how you show up for yourself, and then guiding them at the time. So if you're frustrated and angry, you better not put it out on those kids, because they're delicate, you know? And very sensitive, and you see some coaches that do that, and I've done that once or twice.
Hard, like drill sergeants. Parents that do coaching that aren't actual coaches, and you know, they throw off their frustration and give off their frustration and anger from the day out on the kid. And the kids.
That can,
if the kid doesn't do something right.
Yeah, because they don't know how to regress a drill
Yeah.
for the age group, or don't know how to regress a certain drill for
Right,
a kid.
because you've got a big group of kids and some are really good and some aren't that great at the certain skill.
Exactly.
So you have to be able to manage all of them.
Exactly.
What would you say is the best way to get across to kids of all ages? Let's say from, you know, young as 5 all the way up to 18.
Energy. Bring good, positive energy and good vibrations to every single training session.
Yeah.
Salute them with a handshake, fist pump, even a hug. First thing you do, smile at them. Bring them in, play a game.
Yeah.
Then get into the warm-up.
Have a bit of fun.
Have fun. Yeah, definitely. They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And then you mix that in with you mix that in with youth training, so your speed and agility work and your conditioning. And
so
your
a bit
skills.
of fun, and then a bit of seriousness, and then a bit of fun, kind of intertwining between those two.
Exactly.
But both those, the play and the seriousness, are still going towards a similar goal in a sense.
100%. Yeah, if you want to get the best out of, you know, if when talking to parents, you got to have 2 to 3 sessions a week focused on, you know, serious training. But within that serious training comes fun as well. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, bro.
That's epic.
Yeah. So I think, obviously just bringing a big smile, and I'm not a lot different to how I am here. Like we're obviously sitting down and having a chat, but how I am out in the field with the team, it's always high energy and
you just
positive.
get in there and you're on.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think there's also a certain energy, right? When you're with kids and they've got all of that energy. If you can tap into that, you're like tapping into the fountain of life almost, right? And you can have fun with it and you can play and everyone comes off having an awesome time.
Right, 100%. Whatever problems you have throughout the day, the best thing about my day is if I have any problems, as soon as I rock up to training, I know they're just gone.
Yeah, you're
completely
like, sweet.
Gone, because there's these kids that rock up with a smile on their face.
Cool.
And it's a lot different, I feel, dealing with kids versus adults, because adults have a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know, kids have less responsibilities and they just want to have fun.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
They're like, there's nothing else they're probably thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, not nothing else, but little compared to adults.
exactly. So every day I'm tapping into my inner child, being with them. And it's amazing, because
Cool.
I also love coaching adults, and I was a personal trainer for a long time at a Never Quit Fit Factory, and that was great. But yeah, for me, I feel like my passion is in kids, especially because I get to release my inner child every day.
Yeah, cool. You just get to be a child yourself.
That's it.
Epic,
Never
bro.
grow up.
Yeah, cool. So, you've kind of told me a little bit about what you have created. What are you actually creating? If you could sum it up with what you're creating with this academy and where that's going.
Yeah. So there's a few different pillars to S.A.S.S. We have S.A.S.S Academy online, S.A.S S Academy face-to-face, and also S.A.S.S Disability. So with the S.A.S S online, we want to create a platform for all youth developing athletes and parents to tap into every day for their speed, agility, strength, and skill work.
Yeah.
So what I didn't get from a young age was that consistent guidance and mentorship from 6 years to 16 years of age. I wanted something that gave me the right training program, the right nutrition program, and also all of the fundamental training that comes with being a professional athlete. So this helps us give back to the youth generation and fast track them through the hours that they have to do from their teenage years to be, you know, in 10 years' time at the peak of their game. So you obviously need 10,000 hours to master anything, or 1 million reps of every single exercise, every single skill.
Yeah.
So left to right pass.
1 million reps.
1 million reps.
1 million passes.
Yeah, so not 1 million in total, it's 1 million left to right, 1 million right to left to master anything or become a pro this day and age.
Right.
So we provide a platform for them in regards to strength and conditioning, mindset, breath work, recovery and nutrition, and everything that you can possibly need or want to be at the best, to be at your best. So that's one platform. And then the other platform is the face-to-face school holiday clinics that we hold every school holiday. There's 2 weeks of every school holiday, and we hold 4 camps. So that has what I just spoke about online. We have now the face-to-face. So it's about intertwining those two now. So whoever comes to school holiday, S.A.S.S, we then onboard them to the online program.
Yeah, through the school term
Through the school term, they have a platform and an avenue for them to continue to grow and learn. And we also hold private Facebook groups, private Facebook calls once a week. We will be holding that, where after this next block, I'll then talk to them once a week, and if they have any questions, you know, I'm able to answer them.
So you can be there and
be their guide and mentor for any questions that they may have around their training or anything in general. So from spirituality, relationships, their own physical activity, and their own education as well. So within the school holiday program, we do a lot of goal setting and mindset work, and even breath work as well. So just around could go into details, but
it's really setting them up though, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it's everything I would have wanted. I've reverse engineered everything that I would have wanted, and now it's in these 2 programs. So there's that, and then I want to tap into national disability and provide super S.A.S modified rugby programs for the disabled.
Cool.
Which will hopefully be coming out within the next 90 days as well. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of building right now.
Yeah.
But the end goal for me would just be to have S.A.S.S, Rugby S.A.S.S programs all over Australia.
Yeah.
So much like AFL Auskick,
Yeah.
but all Rugby Union, Rugby League based, even for touch football, OzTag, not even AFL because they have Auskick, but I'd love to provide a platform for Union League, touch football and OzTag athletes, and have that in schools and have that all around Australia with school holiday programs. There's a lot of competition, but I feel like our purpose and philosophy, I feel like it's the right one for the youth and what we do. So end goal would be to see it grow exponentially and also see the S.A.S Online grow around the world as well. Yeah. So have clients all over the world tapping into S.A.S Online daily would be amazing. And having the National Disability NDIS S.A.S as
opened
well.
up as well.
So there's 3 pillars. It's what really makes up the business model of S.A.S. And there's a lot of people that have started to do it as well, as we spoke about just before. And it's competition's healthy and it's great. A part of life. Yeah. So you just got to keep evolving. I think as well, if you can collaborate with your competition, you can all co-elevate, right? 100%. And collaborating with, you can't collaborate with everyone because they sometimes don't want to buy into it. Yeah, but if you can find the right partners, boom, your business can go from this point to this point very quickly. Usually it's the right partners are the ones with an abundant mindset and a success mindset. And they're like, fuck yes, let's bring it together, The ones that don't are very old school and the clubs that don't want to collaborate are either the ones that want to try and do it themselves or they just lack an abundant mindset and have that old school mentality where they don't understand the whole opportunities around collaboration and joint collaboration and partnership. So currently talking with Gold Coast Rugby Union and a few other avenues to promote the game and help promote the whole game. And they're in a lot of debt and trouble, Gold Coast Rugby Union. So I could provide a lot of help. A great support for them to open up to new avenues. That's right, but again, I'm having resistance there because they want to either try and do it themselves or I'm a private entity. So how do you approach? How you approach different entities is very important. Yeah, it's very different, I guess, government organisations, private companies, community organisations. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm just learning that as a business owner and how to communicate and how to approach different organisations. And cool. Epic. So if you could describe your vision for the next 5 to 10 years of your life in under 60 seconds, how would you paint the picture for me right now? Yeah, good question. Impacting 15,000 athletes face-to-face through S.A.S Academy face-to-face and impacting 100,000 athletes with S.A.S Online. Cool. So, impacting them to be their best selves and best version of themselves and then being the youth developing athletes of Australia and the world. So 2032 is the Australian Olympics and I would love to see at least 5 to 10 S.A.S athletes in the Olympics. Yes! Fuck yeah. Yeah, bro. And then have time and freedom for yourself as well. And goal, be able to have the time and freedom to go wherever I want, to go and coach wherever I want, and do the consultancy work that I dream of, which is at an elite level and also all the way down to grassroots. So. Cool. Yeah. Epic, bro. So that's business-wise, and then relationship-wise, obviously, build a family with Alana. Beautiful. How many kids? 10? Like a big Italian family? I deal with too many kids on a daily basis. 2 to 3 max. 2 to 3 max. Yeah, it's going to be a different story as a dad. But I look forward to it one day. Of course, it's a whole new rite of passage. I can imagine being a father. I feel like I really want to be a dad. Yeah, likewise. So it's about building those pillars that we're both doing. So sick, bro. Yeah. So, what supports this mission of yours most, or what supports this vision of yours most, from the daily to the weekly? What supports it? My own health, first and foremost. So waking up every day, doing my breath work, doing meditation, going for a walk with Alana. And we have what we call millionaire walks, where we go along Chugan to Currumbin. and we try and do this every second day.
Yeah.
Where we just talk about what we want to do with our lives, our
like
vision.
creating the vision, constantly bringing it in.
Yeah, so it's a manifestation walk and a mindset walk, and train in the mornings and then get my day set up to, my to-dos of the day. And usually they're the most important tasks I'll do, whether it's building the S.A.S online or building S.A.S face-to-face or going coaching. And what supports me also is my family. They're very supportive, so sharing my vision and goals with them, but also being a support to them as well. So not just always taking support, but providing support.
Having that equal flow, or somewhat of an equal flow.
Exactly, yeah. You always, I have great parents. They're over-giving.
Yeah,
and it's
I'm the same, bro. I'm very blessed.
So we're both very blessed, and sometimes feel guilty for how support we have, but it's good to have amazing family, and I'm grateful for that, and that helps a lot. And my relationship with Alana, and constantly being around like-minded people like yourself and a few other close mates. So at the moment I'm so busy building that I don't really...
Just drilling down,
I don't really have time to socialise too much. And I know that's in a way negative, but I'm so focused on where I want to go, and so focused on our dream vision, mine and Alana's, that it doesn't bother me right now being less social. And I think you can relate to it, and
in many
a lot of
ways.
other people that are building their businesses, it's a serious operation. If you want something to actually last and be successful, it requires 100% of your time. And you do have to put down the sword sometimes, but it's a full-time job, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to be where you want to be and grow your business. But again, I do have time, fun time. Like, I like to go out and have a surf and go training with yourself, or do breathwork with you, and then go on the jet ski. And so there is a little bit of downtime as well.
A little bit.
Yeah,
it's good. I think as much as we want to push and get things done, it's equally as important to find the right space to rest, right?
Otherwise you're going to get cooked after a week or two.
Exactly.
On a weekly, even daily. The training is my my time to give back on a daily to myself, and then once a week. Otherwise, we're there's a lot of people that obviously burn out, and before meeting Alana, I was on burnout.
I remember you saying 4 hours sleep nights, pretty much most nights, right? You were getting to bed at midnight, waking up at 4 a.m. to train clients, doing like 8 sessions back to back.
Complete burnout.
Just going fucking hard.
I don't know how I lasted.
I remember seeing you, and you'd turn up and your like eyes are all bloodshot, but you're like, fuck yeah, let's go.
I had high energy. I don't know how I maintained that high vibration. I had more high vibration then than now. It's strange. Like, I've completely slowed down and dropped back into, that calm state. Whereas I think before I was just always constantly in fight or flight.
Well, there's that quote. I tell you the other day, that quote I read was like, a strong mind can carry a weak body, but a strong body cannot carry or house a weak mind.
That's an amazing quote.
So you, like, back then, your mind was like fucking on. You're just like, so hyper focused. But your body was probably suffering in many ways.
100%, man. 100%. I was always under stress, and 4 to 5 hours a night for sleep. Alana just looked at me and goes, we need to scale this back.
Like, what the fuck?
So, she slowed me down for the better. And now we're building a life together, and
you're finding that balance between the masculine and the feminine.
100%, man. Which is amazing in itself too. I think we're going to go do a course called the Core Awakening, which is balancing the masculine and feminine energy.
Beautiful. And you're doing that together?
We're
Lovely.
going to do that together, and this weekend we're going away to Faraway Domes, which is a glamping situation.
Cool.
It's going to be pretty fun, and
treat.
Really important along with business is constantly watering also my relationships as well. Relationship with Alana, and especially my family. So that's a big value of mine, and
Epic, bro. So when you're pushing very hard and you want to get some serious things done, what do you do when you face difficult situations? Or what do you do when you start facing any doubts or any fears? What do you do in those situations?
Definitely talk about it with Alana, talk about it with my dad, and voice it first and foremost and ask for help if I need it.
Yeah.
And just go head down to make sure you get out of that rut, whatever you're in. But I think communication, crystal clear communication of where you're at with your best mates, with your partner, with your family is really important, because then they are on your side to help you out of that. But yeah, also there's sheer determination and grit to get out of it yourself.
Yeah.
Right, you can't
just
waste time.
back yourself.
Yeah. 100%.
Rather than sitting on it and sitting on it and sitting on it until
100%.
it fucking blows up on you.
That's right. It's a vicious cycle. Keep going down. It's a toxic cycle if you just keep feeling
if you
sorry
let
for
it go.
yourself.
Yeah.
So you got to be the one to, get your hand out of that hole and pull yourself out.
Yeah.
Because so many people can help you, but it's up to you to pull yourself out at the end of the day. And that comes through, those daily practices that we spoke about. Breath work, training, setting yourself up.
When you're
for the
committed
day.
and focused on those, you know that you're backing yourself.
For me, that's it. Like physical training every day.
Yeah.
If I don't get it done, I'm a completely different person.
Yeah. I feel you, bro.
Everyone talks about it, how important it is to look after your body. It's simple. You just got to do it.
Yeah.
And
you just have to fucking do it.
Yeah.
And it's hard some days.
It's
fucking hard some days. You wake up and you're like,
You do have to listen to your body sometimes, though. If you are a little bit overtired from training, and maybe a walk is better.
Yeah. And then you might have the energy in the afternoon to train instead.
Exactly. So I think listening to your body, you learn that a lot later.
Yeah.
Through your 20s,
that takes
you just
time.
push. And obviously through my teenage years, you saw that I pushed. And
you went very hard.
I think only now, like at 32, I'm properly listening to my body, even post-career. Like, I didn't listen to it. I was good. I never got injured after that, actually, from 21 to 30.
Yeah.
Never got injured.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking epic, bro.
Because of the knowledge that I learned from acceleration.
Yeah.
And the mentors that I had that supported me as well. So teaching me a lot about conservation and a lot about you being enough.
Yeah.
So I used to write every day in Tibetan lines is what they call, I am enough.
I am enough.
70 times a day for 7 days. I used to use that as an instrument to get out of my head.
I am enough, I am enough, I am enough. Wow.
Yeah, so that was amazing.
Cool. Writing lines. I hated writing lines at high school when I was in detentions.
So did I.
But this is a good way of writing lines.
It is, man. You write, I'm enough, and then whatever comes in your mind, you then write below that.
Yeah.
I am enough. You could think of hamburgers. I am enough. You could think of your old coach that maybe set off some trauma or triggered a response to you. Coach, whatever his name is, Joe Blow.
Yeah. Interesting. So you go, I'm enough, and then just whatever's there, you just clear it from your mind.
Just write it down.
and it could be like the word hate or whatever,
Bang. Because I'm enough is related to, some triggered responses of what has come up in the past for you. Cool. Whether or not, a coach has said, you're too small, you will never make it, which has happened to me. You're too small, you will never make it. You've got to be better at this. Cool. It's the communication in the rugby world still isn't up to standard to where I believe I provide for my youth developing athletes. This is what I learned. In that supportive
way that's actually helping build confidence rather than track confidence down. Because I know some people actually get off and probably are pretty supported by a harder approach, but I think for the most part, most humans want compassion, right? And they want to be supported to build their confidence 100%. And uplifted. Like obviously we need a hard line when we've done something, that's disrespectful or violent to others, that makes sense.
Yeah,
but even the hard chat shouldn't be angry or aggressive. It shouldn't be the same fire that person put in. 100%. It should be a compassionate way of understanding where that person's at, right?
100%, man. And the way I approach all of my athletes is, what do you need work on? What do you need? What can you improve, and what have you done well? So never, what have you done wrong?
What are you doing wrong? Yeah.
What are you doing wrong? Like communication to young
Why
kids.
were you bad?
Yeah. It's all about what can you improve and what have you done well. That's it. You never bring up what you need work on. Yeah. I just like to think, what can you improve?
Yeah. What can you improve?
It's very important, the communication you have with even adults. Even at the top level, some coaches don't have it right. Yeah. And that's where the whole team culture breaks down.
Right. Yeah, because everyone's looking towards that one leader. And if that one leader is
hasn't got it
it
right.
has a state of dissonance.
Exactly, bro. And I've dealt with many coaches, and I
Yeah.
feel probably out of the 10 coaches that I would have had in my career, I think 2 or 3 had it right.
Yeah, wow.
In what resonated with me, but it could be different for every person.
Everyone. Yeah, but you're culminating all those together and finding a really compassionate way to support kids to have
100%.
fun, but to also do some serious work and actually really develop their skills in a way that
Spot on.
is going to support them for the rest of their lives, not just for the game and the game only.
You need to be my sales rep.
Yeah. We've got this recorded, bro. I'll sell it to you later on.
I need that for later.
Yeah. Cool. So if you could boil down what you do to perform at your best, if you could boil that down to 3 main things, what would those 3 main things that you do to perform at your best be?
Eat well, train. Oh, the third one's a hard one. Yeah, eat well to fuel my body.
Yeah.
Train hard and train according to listening to my body and what it needs at the time.
Yeah.
And I think just consistency.
Consistency with those. Yeah.
Consistency with those and consistency with your business.
With everything else that you're creating.
Yeah, and being patient around
Yeah.
that. Not just wanting everything today.
Yeah.
You know, you see the vision in 5-10 years time, but
yeah, and it's big and it's hairy and it's like, holy shit. It's also very exciting and very juicy.
Yeah, you see it and you want that now. You want that juice now, but you just got to wait for your fruits to come to fruition. So yeah, I think that's really important to be consistent and patient, which at a young age we probably don't have from 18 to 25 and probably learn a little bit later.
Yeah.
So I think I have that now.
Epic.
And I like to obviously tell my kids to be patient, because there's a lot of kids that were in my position at 18, 19, 20. I wish I had a guy come in and say, mate,
just say, dude, just
chill,
be patient. Yeah.
Be patient.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for every 17-year-old to make it pro straight away.
Because some make it when they're 22, 23, 24.
Even older, man. Even 30s. You know? So, yeah.
If you just do the work and continue doing the thing.
Bang.
Yeah. You know,
Consistent.
and what we talked about before we set up this chat, how we were talking about, you know, we've got these goals, we've got these directions that we want to go, but we have a bit of fear because we're still 100%. Not at this particular spot, and we question, like, are we going to make it, or is it going to pay off for us? So how do you deal
100%.
with that?
Mate, I think everyone has a bit of fear with what they do, with all their intentions and desires at the beginning. You're not human if you don't feel that fear, and it's good to have those emotions. You know, it means, you know, that you're pushing out of your comfort zone. So understanding that, you know, you got to be happy with being uncomfortable sometimes, and it's not always going to be like that. Around the corner, there's going to be, you know, the paradise that you've dreamed of, you know, or the next step that gets you out of that uncomfortability. And you just got to keep pushing past that uncomfortability to make it comfortable. And then the next, you always, if you want to level up in life, you're always going to feel a little bit of uncomfortability. And, you know, the fears, or even sometimes
The breakthrough.
even sometimes when you see certain people doing your thing and maybe they're a little bit better, and it triggers a response in you. That's true. It triggers a response.
That triggered a response.
See, obviously I'm triggered about a few things right now. Even me, for example, like with some goals that I have, or, you know, with the business, and I see other businesses that are doing it, sometimes it triggers a response. So that means that's good. That's good. That means I want what they have.
Yeah, you're inspired in some way.
Yeah, exactly. So you use it as inspiration, or a little bit of envy rather than jealousy and comparison.
Cool.
So,
boom.
Yeah.
Epic. Any final thing that you would like to share? Anything that inspires you, or just anything random off the top of your mind right now, or from the bottom of your heart?
Yeah, I just love you, bro. It's been awesome to get to connect with you over the past 2.5 years since me coming back here, and love hanging out with you when we do and go for treks and do our breath work, and you've been really supportive of me, so I just hope I can do the same for you. And you've been amazing, man. I wish you all the best with your journey that you're going to go on, going to Bali and wherever else you're going now. And I know you're going to other places now, not just Bali. So thank you so much. And from the bottom of my heart, you're a brother, and you'll be a brother for life. And hopefully we can stay in contact as much as possible, and maybe do another one of these whilst you're in Bali.
Collaborate, do some online work together.
It'd be epic, man. Yeah, love that.
Sick.
I think, he'll probably be coming out from a surf next time I talk to you in Canggu.
Sick.
But I'll
I'll
see
be
you
in
in July.
South Sumatra for a
South
couple
Sumatra,
months.
That's it. I knew it was Koh Samui or South Sumatra or something. that you go.
Somewhere.
So,
It's all just same.
yeah, but at the end of the day, what else I'd like to share is, give us a follow on Instagram, James Ambrosini,
Sick,
or
yeah.
HP S.A.S Academy or S.A.S Academy Fitness,
Cool.
to see what I do on a more detailed approach to what I do. And if you ever need any help regarding anything, feel free to reach out, and hopefully I can support you. And
Boom.
Sweet.
Big smile. Camera. Boom, 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 boom.
done.